Hi, I'm Mikey. My name's Mikey Stinger. I'm here to tell my story here at I Matter today. Um, so going back, I guess you would have to say 8, 9 years old. I guess that was when my parents got divorced. I think that would be if I had to put a date on it, a date on emotional stress and demise, I would probably put it there. I was a very angry kid, and I eventually ended up finding less than healthy ways to cope with that. Um, I started drinking with my friends, as it was like a party fun thing at the time, at least I thought. But looking back now, it's a little bit more obvious that I was self-medicating. I dealt with depression and anxiety, and I always made it a point to fit into a crowd that I was safe in. I was popular, but not because that was who I was. It's because it was who I needed to be to avoid ridicule. And then eventually the alcohol, it turned into other things. I was abusing prescription drugs, and I eventually tried heroin, and this is when I was 15. The next 6 or 7 years of my life were all surrounded by that. I thought that I had found something that was gonna take care of me, that wouldn't let me down. And for the longest time, that's something that I ran with. And throughout that, putting all of my emotional issues on the back burner. It's easier to lose yourself in something else than really face what's going on with you. So throughout this time, like 15, 16, 17, I was also in love. I've always been in love with music, and I write music, and I try to write things that are based in recovery and in personal growth. But it was kind of an opposing thing, that I was struggling with drug addiction myself while trying to save others from the same fate. It wasn't until September of 2017 that I broke down and I decided to go to treatment. And that's about 9 months ago now. That's as long as I've been sober for real. Is 9 months, and I've tried on my own a few times to get sober, and it took going to drug treatment and alcohol treatment, and committing to a program like the whole 12-step deal. If I could give anybody, and this isn't just with drugs or alcohol, any kind of advice, it would be that you need to talk to somebody. That holding things in is very unhealthy, and it's very self-destructive, and it's a place that I found myself in for a very long time. And now, when things happen, or when I'm feeling less than adequate, I can talk to somebody about that, and I can express that and put it on the table, and it allows me to process that. It allows me to figure out how I'm feeling about it and move forward. In January of 2018, my brother, while I was out in Scranton, I was in a halfway facility. He passed away from an overdose. And up till now, in this point in my life, this is nothing compared to that loss. Nothing was more threatening to my commitment to being sober, and through the tricks and and that you learn, you know, when you seek counseling, when you decide that you're gonna commit to talking to people and you know, getting your feelings out there, you find that there's a way to deal with things, and I never would have stayed sober. I never would have, you know, been truthful with myself. I would have gotten up and I would have gotten lost in a lie somewhere, anywhere, anything. And I didn't do that. And I can come to places like this today and I can be okay with myself, and I can be okay with my past, and I can talk about that now simply because I found that there's people in this world, and they do care about you, and they don't want to see you have to go. I don't want to see you have to go. People love you. I love you. And that's all I really have to say.